An accompanying chart showed the Philadelphia Fed's Business Outlook Survey back under 15 for the first time since the start of 2024. So people on the overall landscape out there don't think that this is going to be a good thing. Late 2022 was the pit of the most recent crypto bear market when Bitcoin had reversed at 15.6. So you can see right here, this blue line on the far right. This is the business outlook, which has just dropped off an absolute cliff, right? And the last time, we were even remotely in this area was during, pretty far down in 2022, already like on this big crash down, down there from the S&P, rather. That wasn't Bitcoin, excuse me. So not looking great there. While no guarantee of the future outlook, this metric does have false signs. This is a data reading that we've had before at very high risk zones, year 2000, year 2008, and 2022, telling us to keep a very open mind. All else equal, a daily close above 91K, if we could ever get there with Bitcoin, would be a strong bullish reclaim signal in the next couple of weeks. Failing that, a dip into the 71K zone would likely see a sizable bounce. So I'll leave the TA to Brett. Now, some possible silver lining here. Bitcoin price focus on U.S. liquidity trend. A silver lining is that risk assets could come in the form of increasing global liquidity. Remember, we've been talking about the global M2 money growth. In the U.S., the Fed has already begun to loosen tight financial policy with bets on a return to so-called quantitative easing. Now, it probably wouldn't be the absolute financial bazooka that we saw in 2020 and 2021 that spiked markets upwards, but we will see some loosening, which means more liquidity, which means more money flowing into other assets. So M2 money supply is due for an influx, something that historically has spawned major Bitcoin price upside. Big takeaway is that a big M2 influx is already coming. The exact date is less important. So if you take a look at this chart, I mean, you can see that Bitcoin price, and by extension, altcoin price, follows M2 money supply very, very closely with a 77-day offset, and this, for example, on a 108-day offset. You can see that as this came up, this came up, as this came down, and again, this is adding 72 days to it. But you can see this yellow line here is what global liquidity has done in a very big way. I mean, it has just ramped big time. So we should expect, hopefully, tariffs throw a big kind of monkey wrench in this, that normally, had it not been for tariff mania, this would have been a big signal for Bitcoin to blast right up to new all-time highs. As you can see, on a 108-day offset, we have this similar structure of getting low, bouncing up, coming back down on April 6th. That's pretty close. That would be the low. Some flat until May, and then upwards, rock and roll, maybe by the time panic subsides.
Hey, this is Brett from Moonstream. If you'd like to learn more about our pro trading signals or our live classes every Wednesday or our Retire Rich program, go over to moonstream.io/start.